Good day, my friends. Welcome to another round of writing sprints. Now, just a couple of notes. First, why don't you put down some comments as to what you're working on, if you have specific goals for today, and let us know how you did yesterday as well. Couple of notes while we're waiting for that. I'm a little tired and sluggish today. I had a busy morning of running errands for my husband for his work. So yeah, I might be a little bit slower, and also I might not go as long as I did yesterday, just so that I don't, end up having like a non-epileptic seizure on air. So yes, not as good a day as I was having on Tuesday. Right. So yesterday I pulled out a couple of things. I worked on my part two of a short story that I've temporarily called New World. And on that, I wrote 2,566 words and I finished it. Then I pulled out another short story called Oathborn. No, it's not Oathborn, it's Oathbound, which is another story I had started with the intention of putting it into the Portals anthology. I finished that as well. I wrote 1,975 words on that. Oh, sorry, that was yesterday. The other word count was from the Tuesday. Okay. Then I've pulled out a story called Red River Man, and it was a short story I already had published in a Voices journal with the Lake Winnipeg Writers Group. I had submitted it for their contest and it won second place. So I've pulled it out. Now, a couple things I noticed about this is that my skill level was definitely not as good back then as I have now. So it's going to need some work, but I have a goal of writing more than editing this month. So I am just going to continue the story at my current skill level. And then when November is over, I'm going to go back and edit the story and make it a little bit better. So overall, I have written 8,544 words since November 1st. And today, to stay on target, I have to write another 1,458 words. So I got a little bit ahead of the game yesterday by a couple hundred words, which is going to make my life a little bit easier today, which is good because I'm obviously not having the best day so far. Yeah, so I have been very productive. I've gotten lots of stuff done. Yes, so if you see that my camera kind of disappears and I'm not there. Oh, the audio? Yeah, you know what? I'm on Wi-Fi, so sometimes the connection isn't as good as it could be. Sorry, my camera is good, but hold on. Yeah, I can't quite get this set up the way I wanted to. Sorry for the movement, but I need to be able to see my screen properly. Okay, so we have someone else watching. Add a little comment there. Let us know who you are and what you're working on today and what your goals are. And I will get myself all set up here. I've got my timer out. I've got my document open. I have my water. Yeah, I think my connection's a little jittery because even my side, my screen keeps pausing and stuff. So hopefully I don't lose connection, but if I do, I will be back unless for some reason StreamYard doesn't let me come back, but we'll try this. Also, don't forget there is a little bit of a delay between when I'm actually speaking and when it actually appears on YouTube. So if you comment and you're wondering why I am not responding, it's probably because I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Good morning. I am working on one of 5 short romantic romance stories in a series I am working on for a rough draft challenge in November. Awesome. Welcome, Alexis. Thanks for joining us today. Yes, this is going to be fun. All right. So I guess we should get started before, I go down a rabbit hole of conversation and then we'll just be sitting here and you'll just be watching me talk your ear off. All right, so let's pull up the timer. I'll just share the timer. Share window timer. Ching. All right, are you ready? Let's get going. Ready, set, and go. Okay, well, that went well. Everybody let me know in the comments here how many words you got, and I am going to update my word count. So I will share my little tracker, where is it? La 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 la. There it is. This is my Excel spreadsheet. I did show it on Tuesday, but in case you haven't seen it before, it's just Microsoft Excel where I put the name of the project, the date of the writing, the start count at the beginning of the session, and what I ended with. So I'm just going to take a little peek. I'm at 36:49. So I wrote 442 words. And I think my dog's getting into something. Vesna! What are you doing? She was getting into the garbage. I have two dogs in here with me. They tend to follow me around like little shadows. One of them is my dad's dog, Jada. She was a golden retriever. And the other one is Vesna, like the Vesna trophy in hockey. And yeah, she looks like a German Shepherd, but she's a mixed breed. Anyways, let's get back to business. I'm going to stop sharing this. All right, Alexis did 455. Wowzers, good job. And what did I do? 442. Pretty close. Tyra, 213, but I had to reread it. Yeah, I do that often in the first session. I end up having to reread just to kind of refresh where I was at. But this time I did some rereading before we started, before I came live. So yeah, no, that went well. So I feel really like awkward with writing today. It's not really flowing as easily as it did yesterday. So I'm extremely surprised that I was able to get that many words in 20 minutes. Yeah. So if you need a break, grab a bathroom break, get a drink, grab a snack. And which story are you working on today, Tyra? I know you're doing multiple short stories, which is kind of what I'm doing. My goal is to take all of my unfinished business and finish them. Obviously, except for my huge high fantasy world, it's so big that I just have not been ready to complete any aspect of it or publish it. I love writing high fantasy and romantasy, but it is a lot different of a beast compared to, like the crime thrillers that I have published so far. Obviously, I'm having issues with my speech today, and that's just because of my medical condition. That was my third sprint today, so I was kind of already moving on it. Oh, that's good. That makes a big difference. Once you get into like a groove, you just go with the flow, and it's awesome. Okay, so Tyra is getting some caffeine and she's working on her mystery. Yeah, so I think everything I've been writing has a fantasy element. So New Worlds Part 1 and Part 2. I'm going to change the title once I get to editing. But yeah, it's a portal story for the anthology. So it's about a human girl who finds this stone in this rock and gem store, and it teleports her to a different world where she meets an elf and a dragon. I know it sounds very, classic high fantasy, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then Oathbound was a short story I also started as a portals. This girl damages this book in a flood in her house and she has to replace it. And long story short, some fairy tale type creatures come into her life and she has to deal with it. And then Red River Man was again for a short story contest locally, and it's about this woman who is running and she ends up encountering a scaled figure who lives in the Red River, And then, of course, it has a romantic kind of subplot or plot, I guess you could say. Okay. I am a brand new writer, so getting on these live scripts with people who are already doing what I want to do is so helpful. Awesome. Well, good for you for getting started. And I know it can be very overwhelming to get started and what am I doing wrong? How do I start? But for myself, I met Tara by going to the local library and joined a 1 day writing session. And we've been writing friends ever since. And that's kind of how I got started. But I will be right back because my dog is crying to use the bathroom. So I shall be right back. Okay. So yes, I joined this writing group and then it became a regular event. We met at the library once, I can't remember, Tyra. I don't remember if it was once a week or once a month or twice a month. I just, woof, it's like gone out of my head. But it really helped. So it was like a critique circle. So that circle at the table, obviously. And we would have like a topic. Either our friend Ishbel or Tyra would present like a topic. And then after the topic, we would then take turns reading a portion of something we've written, and we would go in school and we would take notes while this person was reading. We would say what we liked and suggestions for improvement so that it kind of had like a positive outcome. And yeah, so we go around the table and do like a round table and share our thoughts and comments about that person's story. And honestly, it really helped me become a better writer and to learn the ways of the craft. So Tyra has been a mentor to me for a long time. And yeah, so finding a writing community, even like locally, can really help you learn from other writers and learn how you improve as a writer. So that would be a really great thing to look at if you're just getting started. All right, so I don't know if Tyra is back, but I feel like we might be ready for another sprint. Yes, you're welcome. Um, yes. So, all right, let's get going. I haven't been adjusting these banners and I usually, adjust the banners. So I'll do that going forward. All right, let's get back to, shall we, ladies? Yes, definitely. That's a great idea. I would especially check your local libraries and stuff. You might even be able to find something like at a college, university, or some sort of school. I don't know kind of what age bracket you fall into, but schools are really good resources as well. They might know of something, especially the English department. Who thought? Who would have thought? All right. Let's get this up to the timer, which I had not yet reset. So this is me resetting timer. And are you ready? Let's get going. Hello, hello. Apparently I have a frog in my throat. Yes, well. All right, that was a productive sprint. I'm just going to change our little banner here to chat break in case anybody new joins in. All right, so let us know how you did, how many words you got down, and I am going to update my little spreadsheet. Dog is crying to go out again, but I really don't want to go let her out again. She always wants out. All right, Red River Man, number 6, started at 36:49, ended at 32:12. 563 words. Holy moly. I don't know how I got that much down. Is that right? Let me just double check. I'm doubting myself here. Yeah, 42:12. That means I only have 453 more words to write to stay on target. Of course, if I feel up to it, I'm going to write some more so that I'm ahead in case I do have an off day. 446. Awesome. Jeepers, aren't we productive today? How you doing, Tyra? Let us know how you're doing. I really don't want to get up, go let the dog out again because she's upstairs and I'm not good with going up and down the stairs constantly, but she's just going to sit there and cry and cry and cry until I let her out. So that's fun. All right, I guess I have to go let her out. I'm sorry. I will be right back. Please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. No, sorry about that. So apparently she was out of water and that's why she was crying this time. So Alexis has gone to make another chai. Is it chai tea? I think I'm saying it right. My son showed up and interrupted me, of course, because sons really like to do that. Mine are at school, although one is going to be here soon. Oh, sorry, that's my pipes buzzing. First they phone saying we're on their way. Well, okay, yeah. They needed hot drinks bags and plastic sheeting before going to the farm. Um, yeah, they did this to me yesterday. Well, okay, so yesterday I was at home on the laptop working away, and I got a call from my sister. She had recently injured her foot and she needed to go run an errand, so she asked me to pick her up. So on my way to go get ready to pick her up, my oldest son calls me, and then I get up with him and my husband calls me and my son calls me back and I'm on a merged call with them both. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get in the car and get ready to go. So I totally get the son interruption, or family interruption, I should say. So are you back, Alexis? I'll wait and see if she's back. I'm actually very impressed with how this novel November is going. It's going quite well, actually, very productive, and I'm getting more done than I thought that I would, but it really helps writing during the week when no one's home. I'm sorry, I know my camera is shaking. It is because I have my feet on my sit stand desk and it's making the whole thing wobble. So I'll just move my stool. I remember to have or to use my stool instead of putting my feet on the rails of my desk. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to share something with Alexis, so I'm going to wait until she's back. Oh, hot chocolate. I I was dreaming about hot chocolate, actually. That's hilarious. I think I was dreaming that somebody had bought this big, huge case of After Eight mint hot chocolate. Now, I do like the After Eight mints. However, I can no longer eat them because they contain gluten, and that really sucks for me because I'm celiac. So, anyways, I was dreaming about making hot chocolate, so it's kind of funny that you're making it. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is I don't know if this is up your alley or not. I have celiac disease really, really sucks. Yes, so I have a publishing company. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, and it is called Sable Book Night. I'll just type it in here, Sable Book Night. I am putting together an anthology. I probably already mentioned in this video. It's called Portals. I don't know if the name is going to change, but that's kind of the theme. So it's basically write a short story up to around 5,000 words. I'm not like firm 5,000. So if you're like 5,020, whatever, I'm not that firm on it. But it could be any genre. It could be romance, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever, as long as it contains some aspect of a portal, whether it be to a time, another world, a different reality, anything like that. Yeah, and if you're interested, I'm keeping submissions open until December 31st. It's not like I'm trying to keep it a firm deadline, but I know that there's some other writers that are coming in late, so they may be a little bit late for that. So if you were interested, you can check out sablebooknight.ca and it'll have all the details on there. So there are probably 3 newer writers who are submitting to this. And I'm kind of mentoring them / editing at the same time because some of them are less experienced, especially there's one that is a little bit less experienced than the others, and she does need some extra guidance, which I'm willing to offer. So It doesn't cost anything to submit. The payment, okay, the payment basically is one free physical copy of the anthology when it's done, plus open to doing interviews either on this YouTube channel or on my podcast. Yes, and then, okay, so after this book is published, I'm going to be taking a portion of the profits and keeping it aside. Some of the profits are going to be used to cover the cost or reimburse me for the cost of the cover design and any kind of print costs. But yes, I'm going to keep some money aside so that the next time I release an anthology, I can offer the writers more of a payment, like some cash. So if this is something that you're interested in, you can check it out. Actually, you should be able to find it just by searching. It's sablebooknight.ca. So sablebooknight.ca. And that didn't work as a link. I probably have to put in HTTPS. Let's look at .ca // submissions. See if that works. Okay, so that hopefully that might work as a link, but you're welcome to check it out. I'm also trying to put together a recipe book. And it's basically recipes that are your own. So it could be a recipe that you've learned and then you've altered. I do have some recipes already, but I do not have enough to publish. So I don't have a firm closing date yet. So if you're interested in submitting to that as well, you are welcome to. All right, let's do another sprint. This might be the last one. I can't go past like an hour and a half. For me is tons for, you know, the stimulation of having extra lights and staring at a screen. So we'll finish it at 3. So if we are ready, we can do it again after this, of course, for a few minutes. Are you interested in canning recipes? Yes, your canning recipes, yes. I will take canning recipes. We could do an entire section on canning if you would like. And of course, the writing one does, or the recipes, I do not have a specific title or theme. It is literally just recipes. So, we can name it after the fact. All right. Are you ready? And go. Okie dokie. Let's get back to our final break. And let me know how you did. I'm going to document next. Let's see here. Okay, I'm sharing my little screen here. November 6th, 4212 is what I started with. Let's see if I finish my word count for today. 47. Woo! 549 words, which means I'm 96 words ahead so far. Woohoo! Happy dance, do floss. Okay, I'm going to take that off the screen and I'll just wait for your updates here. You can let me know how you did. Yeah, so my dog was crying earlier, not because she wanted to go out, but because she wanted water. And then, of course, while I was writing, she cried again because now that she drank water, she needs to go back outside again. So now she's outside, banging on the door to come in. So after this, I'm going to have to run up and let her in. 121, my mom popped by with a train set, my son. Aw, that's so cute. We've had so many train sets for our boys. We have a special Christmas train. We still have it. We usually put it up every year, but honestly, it's been quite a few years since we put it out. But it like sings music and goes around the track by itself. And then we also have a mini Christmas train that I don't always bring out. It's a little bit more awkward to set up. And then we also had a wooden train set on a wooden stand, one that has like all the blocks and the block people and block trees and stuff, but we gave that away because they're just too old now. Okay, Tyra got 437. That is awesome. Good job. I think is your best sprint today. I think it might just be your best sprint today. And I'm sorry that I'm not doing any more sprints, but it has been an hour and a half now and I am slowing down and getting tired. So I'm going to go probably have a rest, lay down for a little while. I have been wanting one for the tree and she got this one from Aldi. It's Hogwarts Express train. Oh, I want a Hogwarts Express train. Yes, you're welcome. I do want to do this again next week. I don't know exactly what day. So Tuesday is Remembrance Day, and I don't know if we are attending a ceremony or not. We haven't since prior to the pandemic. Things have changed, so I don't know if we're going to attend one or not. So I might do a Tuesday stream, but my family will be here, so it might be a little bit louder. And then Thursday as well. You can just watch for the scheduled sprints. I also have a Facebook group that I posted in, and I think it's called Writing Realm or Tanya's Writing Realm. It might just be Tanya's Writing Realm, but I will post streams there as well as the AuthorTube Facebook group. So, yes. Yes, those trains are beautiful. It's really cool to have like a Christmas train. I love Christmas trains. I should set mine up this year. It's been so long. Honestly, we started hosting dinners, Christmas dinners for my side of the family, which is very big. And we have some little ones that come over. So I think that's a really great idea. I should totally set up a Christmas train for them to see. They would love the music, but I could see them chasing it and destroying it. That's all in good fun. And it's a very old set now. So if it happens, it happens. Alrighty. Thank you all for joining today. And yeah, keep your eyes open for some more writing sprints for next week. I'll probably take the weekend off of, the YouTube live streams to recover and be ready for next week. So, yes, no problem. You're welcome. Take care. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.